thought at first. It's flicked the front pad and then it's deflected off. So very good to see that. But they're pumped up as a consequence. Bertel is gone for 28 of 26, and it is 56 for 1.
नेपाल टॉप को विकल्प छैन आजको जमानाको भरपर्दो पाइ नेपाल टॉप सब ठीकठाक हरेक लक्ष्य आफ्नै प्रथा हुन्छ जोश उत्साह मेहनत लक्ष्य अनेक एनर्जी एक एनर्जी भनेकै रेड बुल
Dressing room. Robert Pedal will come to the crease. I would have sensed a real temptation to go with the left-hander here, whether that be Kushal Mala, who plays so well against spin, or whether it be Gulshan Jha, who loves the big occasion and can thrive under pressure and is in a real hot streak of form. I think this will just allow probably the two left-arm spinners to bowl in tandem. It's a good over despite the maximum, and a very exuberant Harshit Kaushik who fields off his own bowling. He's got the breakthrough for the UAE. Nepal have lost there first. It's 56 for 1.
Shanik Energy 8. Energy भनेकै Red Bull. Asian Paints Ultima Product Shine. यसमा भएको UV hybrid technology ले घाम, पानी, धुलोबाट दिन्छ वर्षौं वर्ष सुरक्षा र रहन्छ सधैँ शानदार घर वर्षौं वर्ष.
Can't wait, won't wait. Sunfeast Dark Fantasy.
Actually, I think the head coach of Nepal, Stuart Law, wants Gulshan Jha as a role of a finisher. That is why he's coming down. I would have tempted to go with Kushal Mala, as you said, because they are two left-arm orthodox there.
I suppose that the counter to that will be Dhruv Parashar probably would have come into the attack. Zahid Ali it's going to be instead to continue for his second. Oh, inside edge, good diving stop from Rahul Chopra. Captain of the ODI side, remember, not the captain of the T20 team. Wickets always change things, don't they? Nepal had it all their own way for the first 6 or 7 overs, but the UAE will fight back. They'll fight back hard here.
It was an inside edge. Dive to his left, the keeper, Rahul Chopra. A bit of a lazy looking shot by Asif Sheikh, not moving his feet.
You've got to remember the heat factor. It's 31, maybe 32 degrees today. The real feel. Humidity I saw yesterday was 80%. Hook shot. Fielder out there, but it goes wide and high to his left. I think that's gone straight into the rope and could be given as a maximum. You got a good piece of it. Oh, it's given as a one bounce 4. Very close to the rope of the Nepal team dugout. Bit of an argument between the fielder in the deep, who's claiming it was 4, and then the Nepal bench, who are saying no, it was straight into the rope and was 6. For me, I thought that hit the rope on the full. It's impossible for the umpire. He's 70 metres away. 2-run swing.
We don't have a cushion of a third umpire in this tournament, so the fielder has been moved a bit squarer now.
I think it was the fielder who was indicating 4, whereas the Nepal dugout were saying we feel that's 6. Real point of conjecture there. One of these sides ends up winning off the last ball by maybe, let's say, they instead of 6. Oh, I tell you, I know what Nepal's social media will be doing. They will be zooming in and closing up on that replay and saying, why was that not given as a 6? I don't think you can blame the umpire, because the umpire really has to take the word of whoever's out there. He's got no chance 70 metres away. We've got even less chance. We're 150 metres away. It just looked like one that cannoned straight into the rope. Given as 4 though, not as 6, as Pedal will come on to strike. And he'll get off the mark with a nicely driven single.
We actually have a cushion of a replay, but the umpires, they don't have that. They have to decide, they have to give the decision in the center.
Yeah, and just a reminder that the reason for that is that it's consistent across all of the pathway events. So it's not as though, let's say, the Americas final had the extra coverage and extra cameras. Every single event, whether it's the sub-regional qualifiers, whether it's Cricket World Cup Challenge League in the 50-over format, whether it's a women's sub-regional or women's global qualifier event final, they won't have that ability to go to the third umpire. Pulled nicely into the gap, but no real timing. Should easily get a couple here. It's a slightly shorter side today. And that consistency then has to be applied across the board. So obviously no DRS, because you need Hawkeye in place for that, an additional probably 10 more cameras than we're working with here, but also no line decisions. Sometimes you get, on slightly enhanced broadcasts, you get stumpy outs and run-outs and boundary checks and fair catch checks, but not full DRS with the Hawkeye. We don't have either, and I know we sometimes get some questions as to why not. There has to be a consistency across the pathway events, and that's the way it is. And a reminder, of course, that we're only 4 years into this style of coverage. Only you need to go back 5, 6, 7 years where you might have struggled to get a scorecard for some of these games. So hundreds and hundreds of matches live and free on ICC TV, and great to be here with you for them. 9 have been bowled at 65 for 1.
सही खोजौं शुद्ध रोजौं मुटु चाहिन्छ मुटु
नेपालमा सर्वाधिक रुचाइएको चाउचाउ गजबको पिरो बब्बाल पिरो छ
भाग्यले जहिले साथ देला या नदेला तर ई सेवा लाइफ केयरले दिनेछ Can't wait, won't wait. Sunfeast Dark Fantasy.
3 overs. I think it was 2 from Rahid and 1 from Sadiq, but only went for 11. Sheikh hits it just shy of Mohammad Wasim, whose fielding is in a different stratosphere to where it was when his career started. He's told me just how hard he's been working in the gym. He's always had good hands, but his movement now is significantly enhanced, even on a hot day like today. That was a good stop. But that death bowling, do you see a disparity in the quality between the two sides? It's always been a bit of a problem for Nepal.
It has been after Dipender Singh started bowling in the death overs. One end problem has been solved, but not from the other end. Karan Keshi would have bowled in the death overs. Now it's all about Nandan Yadav, who can come and bowl in the death overs, mixing in space.
Worked into the leg side. Now they might think of a second here. Interesting that Sheikh didn't want it. Possibly just showing a little bit of fatigue, Paresh. Because that was the perfect kind of weight to a stroke to get back for the second, and a good angle to go with it. Credit to Dhruv Parashar, ran in very ably. But I thought there was 2 there. Real feel, Paresh, your app is brilliant. You've got to tell me what app that is. 37 degrees. Is that the humidity again that is spiking up? Humidity 73%. Temperature 31, but real feel up 37, 38. It will ease off as we get towards the second innings. Would that have been the smallest of factors when Rohit Patel decided to bat first?
It might be. And the players, the openers, they have justified the decision by Rohit Patel to bat first. Opening stand of 50 runs.
Helped round the corner, not the right line from Kaushik. We're going to be a chase all the way down to the rope in vain for Rohit. That's just a nice little tickle around the corner. It's something that Rohit Patel maybe does better than anyone in the associate game. He uses the pace from the spinners on the offside and on the leg. He's all about deflections and little contortions with the bat. Very, very clever. And 4 more runs to the total.
The bottom hand comes a bit slightly out of the bat, and he works with his top hand. Either side of the wicket, the late cuts that he plays.
Again, this time it's hit better, so there's no chance of 2, so they'll just jog through for the 1. It's been a fascinating 10 overs. Every single associate El Clasico always has its ebbs and its flows and its moments for both sides. I think maybe Nepal just fractionally the happier of the two teams because they have 9 wickets in hand, but they'll also look like they'll want to get that run rate moving more swiftly in the second innings. We'll have a much needed break here in the commentary box. The players need the drinks even more than us. With the score after 10 overs, Nepal 73 for 1. Don't go anywhere too far. Back in 5 minutes time.
लक्ष्य अनेक एनर्जी 8 एनर्जी भरेकै रेड बुल MIT, an internationally recognized degree, Bagbazar, Kathmandu. कार्पेट किन्दा कार्पेटको पछाडि यतिको लोगो हेर्न नबिर्सनु होला यति कार्पेटको शहंशाह
मम्मीले त्यसरी भने हैन अरु चीज बस हैन टुपियाम चीज बस मात्र ल्याउ न बिशल
यो टुपियाम चीज बस Red Bull presents T20 World Cup qualifiers नेपालको विश्व कप यात्रा powered by Gyan Extra Long Grain Basmati Rice Bajaj Pulsar and Gazab Kopiro Noodles. लक्ष्य अनेक एनर्जी 8 एनर्जी भरेकै रेड बुल
सही खोजौं शुद्ध रोजौं मुटु चाहिन्छ मुटु
भाग्यले जहिले साथ देला या नदेला तर यी सेवा लाइफ केयरले दिनेछ
Asian Paints Ultima Protect Shine. यसमा भएको UV hybrid टेक्नोलोजीले घाम, पानी, धुलोबाट दिन्छ वर्षौं वर्ष सुरक्षा। घर रहन्छ सधैँ शाइनदार घर वर्षौं वर्ष।
यति कार्पेट किन्दा कार्पेटको पछाडि यतिको लोगो हेर्न नबिर्सनु होला यति कार्पेटको शहंशाह हरेक निर्माणको धड्कन युनाइटेड सिमेन्ट्स यति कार्पेट किन्दा कार्पेटको पछाडि यतिको लोगो हेर्न नबिर्सनु होला यति कार्पेटको
लक्ष्य अनेक एनर्जी 8 एनर्जी भरेकै रेड बुल Asian Paints Ultima Protect Shine. यसमा भएको UV hybrid टेक्नोलोजीले घाम
Instead of 6. If you do want to get in touch, use that hashtag for these T20 World Cup. That's what we're playing for. 3 places at that T20 World Cup in February and March next year, co-hosted by India and Sri Lanka. And I can already see I'm going to call them biblical scenes if Nepal were to qualify and play in India. Now, obviously, the group placements and seedings and all of that will have to wait to be announced. I'd expect the ICC to announce those pretty swiftly after this final qualifier. We know 17 of the 20 teams that have qualified, as they will take on the second this time. Good running from Asif Sheikh. Maybe just an instruction from Stuart Law, who we saw out with the batters, that let's start to get moving. We've 9 wickets in hand. The reason it would be biblical, there would be tens, if not hundreds of thousands of Nepali people who would come across the border and try to be a part of the most amazing journey for their team.
It will be a very good thing for Nepal if Nepal qualifies for the 2026 T20 World Cup. We don't even need a visa to go to India.
It's a very porous border, isn't it? They call it one of the most porous in the world. A lot of kind of exchange between the two countries, very friendly relations, of course. Are you guaranteeing every game is a sellout, Paresh, for the Nepal, the 4 group games they would play?
Well, I still don't know about that, but you can make sure that many Nepalis will be in the stadium if Nepal qualifies.
I'll do it for you, Paresh. I promise you, if Nepal play their 4 group games in any part of India, well, imagine if it was Dharamshala or up in Delhi, especially so, but wherever they are in India, I think we will see a sea of blue and red if they qualify. A lot of cricket to be played to get there. I'll tell you something, I've been so impressed with the likes of Japan and Qatar. I know Qatar are in a difficult position now with, in essence, 2 losses in the Super 6. Oh, inside edge and a bit of fortune for Asif Sheikh there. That could have gone anywhere. And also, don't rule out Samoa, but I think if there was one to upset the apple cart, it might be the winner of tonight's contest. The 3 highest ranked sides are the 3 favourites because they carried 2 points through. Here's the inside edge. Do you think you've sat on the fence a bit, but you said those 3 teams are the likely 3 qualifiers?
Yes, that is why they've carried 2 points with them in the Super Sixes. The top 3 teams with high ranking rather than the 3 teams with low ranking. Tucked away on the leg side by Rohit Bordell. And talking about Asif Sheikh, the last shot to the inside edge, again, lack of feet movement.
I think there's a fatigue factor. I know he's trying to absolutely, very fit young man like so many of this Nepal squad, but he's trying to get his feet moving. But it just, when you're in this humidity, it's like your legs are sort of stuck in jelly almost. I finally got back on the treadmill after seeing a few photos of myself in that shirt the other night. So when I was in the gym last night, oh God, it was like legs in jelly. I promise you that. It's not easy. And that was in the air conditioning. Inside edge. Yeah, Sheikh just going through a difficult patch here. This game is hanging in the balance, isn't it? Nepal aren't by any stretch in a comfortable enough position at the end of the 11th, 79 for 1, that they would feel as though they're ahead of the game. They'd be pleased with what they've done thus far, but the last 9 overs are critical.
They are.
हरेक निर्माणको धड्कन युनाइटेड सिमेन्ट्स नेपालमा सर्वाधिक रुचाइएको चाउचाउ गजबको पिरो बब्बाल पिरो छ
Panchakanya bathware, luxury made affordable.
Big 2 overs these. Hit 2 well, so will only be the single. Again, Powell's pushing for the second. Sheikh is just starting to show signs of fatigue, understandably. You have to assess the match, don't you? You have to recognise you have 9 wickets in hand.
And talking about the fatigue, it's very, very warm out there. Diving effort there by the fielder at backward point. Dot ball. It's about Rohit Patel, what he does very swiftly. He plays the ball very late with very soft hands. And whenever he tries to hit hard, he uses his bottom hand.
Speared in this time. The boundaries have dried up a touch, haven't they? And for Nepal, they need to assess when to take risk from here. With those 9 wickets in hand, with the assets that they have to come. And if I was Stuart Law, I would be getting Gulshan Jha with the pads on.
And get 2 left-handers ready to come in.
I think you should have all options in terms of who could come in next. Other option, of course, is to say to Mala, spinners are bowling, go at it. Remember, Dhruv Parashar hasn't bowled a ball yet because there's 2 right-handers at the crease and has been throughout the innings.
Even if you talk about matchups, a left-hander batsman coming in and cut away into the gap. They're running hard, but it's not going to be the second run. Talking about the off-spinners bowling to left-handers, Kushal Malla White fancies his chances against the off-spinner as well.
Yeah, I think sacrificial lamb is the incorrect term, but I would send Mala in with a license to explode. Say, look, if you get caught at long on, so be it. We still have lots of wickets in hand. But what Mala has is an X factor. 12 have been bowled, 83 for 1. That's why I thought his return to the squad was so important. Just the 3 off the over. Hyder Ali continues to be, 4 off it. Really impressive. But I would be probably revving Mala.
लक्ष्य अनेक एनर्जी 8
एनर्जी भरेकै रेड बुल।
स्वदेश तथा विदेशमा आर्जन गर्ने शिक्षाको सम्पूर्ण खर्चको जिम्मेवारी लिन्छ आइएमई लाइफ इन्सुरेन्सले।
आइएमई लाइफ बाल किरण जीवन बीमा योजना।
नेपाल टपको विकल्प छैन। आजको जमानाको भरपर्दो उपाय नेपाल टप, सब ठिकठाक।
यति कार्पेट किन्दा कार्पेटको पछाडि यतिको लोगो हेर्न नबिर्सिनुहोला। यति कार्पेट, कार्पेटको शहंशाह।
Pads on, just the sub fielders, the four with the yellow vests on, out in the sun. As Roa Powell looks for that scoop shot, doesn't get anything on it. He's got 13 off 13. The runs are drying up here. UAE will be quietly quite satisfied with the last 3 or 4 overs.
Yeah, the last over, just 4 runs coming off Haider Ali's ball. Over, that was the 12th over. It's Ali who's bowling his third. A touch expensive, but first ball of this over is a dot ball. Rohit Pollard trying a ramp shot, but wasn't able to do so.
Yeah, thanks to our team for finding that. It's just Kushal Patel out there. I think it might be Sandeep Jura on his left. Is it behind the pole without the pads on? So that might indicate that those inside the dressing room will probably be Mala and Ja with the pads on. And yeah, you can see Kushal Patel just talking there to Gyanendra Mala. Can't quite make out who's behind the pole. Is it Sandeep Jura? I think it might be, is it?
I think it's Sandeep Jura, but he hasn't has his pads on.
Well, he's not going to be in next then, is he? At number 4. So, yeah, slightly concerning period of play for Nepal. And probably some discussions going on. Of course, Nick Pothas is here alongside Stuart Law, the head coach, who's done such a good job since coming in. The runs have really dried up here. And if you just look at the last 4 or 5 overs, they've gone for 8, 6, 4, and now this one's only gone for 2. There was 1 boundary in the 10th, and then the maximum just before Kushal Patel got out, but really the big overs have dried up.
Rohit Patel, he has to take calculated risks now. I overheard Nick saying to Kushal Malla, today is the day, today is your day.
Today is his day. And yet, he's often one that comes in for a little criticism from the Nepal fans because he has an occasional glut of low scores. This one's chipped in the air. Powell not finding any fluency. Wasim fields athletically. The direct hit, though, is going to allow a second. Skipper probably should have held on to that. It was a very flamboyant piece of fielding and marvellous, and he says, yes, sorry. Probably just as well it wasn't Junaid Siddiq, the bowler.
Just chipped